Hey, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please and thank you. It is time for my public service announcements for the fall of 2022. Uh, um, to the PSA, to the young ladies, it's cuffing season again. We're around that time again. It's October 2022. It's cuffing season. And we're about that time again where these hobosexuals are going to try to pick a series of women to move in with them. This, And so I'm here to let you ladies know, young ladies know, um, to not let these men move in with you. Now, a man, let me tell you about a man. A man should have his own. You meet a man out here, he should have his own car. He should have his own house or apartment. It doesn't have to be a house. It could be an apartment. He needs to have his own. And if he doesn't have his own, then you don't even need to be messing with him, because a man shouldn't even, a real man doesn't even seek out a mate until he has himself together. And a real man is going to make sure that he has his own. A real man's going to make sure he has his own. If he doesn't have, you meet somebody and he doesn't have his own car and he doesn't have his own dwelling. Doesn't have to be a house. It could be an apartment, but his own dwelling. And if he's living with his mama, he better have a doggone good reason why he's living with his mother. Because sometimes, their mother might need some assistance, depending on how old the man is or whatever situation is. Um, or sometimes, if he may be saving up for a house or to get a really nice place or something like that. I mean, if he's living with his mom's and he has a job, he should have a pretty decent reason why he's still living with his mom at a certain age, Um, particularly if he's in his late 20s, early 30s. Um, yeah, if he's living with his mom, he better have a good reason why he's still living with his mom. But he needs to have if you meet a man, he needs to have his own car and he needs to have his own dwelling. If I had something popped up on my if you meet a man and he doesn't have those two things, then you don't need to be moving him into your house, particularly if you have children. If you have children, um, you don't want this man sacking up. You move this man in. First of all, you shouldn't have this man around your children and you barely know him. Um, and he's going to be sacking up, eating your food, you know, sucking in, taking in your heat and watching your Wi-Fi and all that. And there's men out here that they particularly prey on the single mothers. They really prey on the single mothers that with children, because they know that most single mothers have either a house or apartment. And that's who they prey on. Don't fall for it, ladies. They sweet talk you. You meet some guy on Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish is, I guess, is a popular online dating site. I don't do online dating anymore, so I'm not really too familiar with all these sites, because I used to do online dating years ago, but I don't online date now. But I think the one of the most popular ones is Plenty of Fish. You meet some guy off of Plenty of Fish, and he don't have. First of all, he needs to have a job. Um, Now that's really a red flag if he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have his own place. He doesn't have his own car. Um, next, next. You don't need to even be. You ain't y'all. You ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. What do y'all have to talk about? See that man. When you meet a man, he should have his own. He should have his own place, his own car. And it's because there's a lot of men, they're looking for particularly single mothers to move in on the single mothers, to sack up under you and your kids, eating up your food, particularly you're getting food stamps. Don't fall for it, ladies. And they tell you everything that you want to hear. They tell you everything you want to hear. You're beautiful. I love you. Don't fall for that love stuff. Don't fall for that. Some men just throw that word around like it's nothing. They don't care. They don't care whether they mean it or not. They just throw it around. They figure, they'll say it. Some try to play the marriage card because they know most single mothers, that like I say, they try to target single moms because they figure most single mothers want to do what? Get married, have a helpmate, father figure to the children. They figure that's what most single mothers want. Isn't that what most single mothers want? I would say 90% of them, or 99% of single mothers probably want that. If they don't already have it, they want a good marriage mate and a good father figure to the children. I mean, what single mother don't want that? And they know that. These hobosexuals know that. They may try to use the marriage card. They might try to say, yeah, baby, I want to get married. And yeah, you so beautiful. I love you so much. You the best thing that's ever happened to me, baby. They'll say all the sweet things that you want to hear to tickle those ears. They'll say everything that you want to hear to tickle your ears. Because it's October. It's getting cold out, particularly up here in Michigan. So they're looking for some place to sack up. See? Because they don't have their own crib, and especially if they don't have a car or their own crib. Okay, that's a red flag right there. He's going to tell you everything you need to hear to get into your house. To get into you and get into your house. Don't let it happen. Don't let them get into you or your house. I didn't play that when I was raising my kids. I didn't play that. I didn't play that. And so that's what you got to watch out for, ladies. It's cuffing season. Now, I did the video. I'm going to link that video up to this one. But this topic is worth revisiting. I did this video a while back, but it's long overdue because I think that was 2 or 3 years ago I done that video. I'm going to link this video up to that video up to this one. Be aware, PSA, young ladies. It's hobo season. Hobo season. Yeah, hobosexual season. It's hobosexual. Hobo, not homosexual. Hobo. It's hobosexual season. Say it with me, boys and girls. Hobosexual. It's hobosexual. It's cuffing season. It's hobosexual season where these men, these bums, are going to try to sweet talk you into sacking up into your apartment or your house and sacking up under you and your kids. Don't fall for it. If he doesn't have his own, y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. Raise your standards, ladies. Know your worth. Know your worth, number one. Second of all, raise your standards. Just because you're a single mother, don't listen to these black women haters or women bitter men, period, tell you that you need to lower your standards because you're a single mother and you're not worth anything because you're a single mother and you need to lower your standards. The only reason why they tell us that, so they can have a place to sack up. See, they use social media to get that message to try to brainwash women and lower women's self-esteem so they can have some place to sack up when they need a place to stay. Yeah. Don't fall for it, ladies. Don't let these men tell you, these bitter men tell you that you're not worth anything because you're a single mother. That's not true. Know your worth. Just because you're a single mother doesn't mean that you have to lower your standards and take in some bum that don't have nothing. Okay? Just because you're a single mother does not mean you have to lower your standards. Don't let these bitter men, bitter black women haters, tell you that you need to lower your standards because you're a single mother. And that you need to allow these hobosexuals into your home. Don't fall for it, ladies. And don't be listening to that love talk. He don't love you. He just met you. How does he love you? He just met you. How does he love you and he just met you? Men don't fall in love with a woman that fast. It's rare that if at all. They don't fall in love with you that fast. They fall in lust. They fall in lust, not in love. Two different things. Okay? So don't fall for that. They want to get into you and they want to get into your house. Don't let it happen. I'm telling you, they prey on single mothers. And they'll tell you everything that you want to hear to get into you and to get into your house. Up under you and your kids. And he could be a predator. So you gotta, ladies, you gotta be vigilant. Don't be letting these guys around your kids. And you don't barely know them. Okay? If he doesn't have his own, y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. Raise your standards, ladies. Raise your standards. And know your worth. It's cuffing season. It's hobosexual season. So be on the watch. Stay on the watch. It's getting cold out. They're going to be looking for some place to sack up. Don't fall for it. If they talk about they need a place to stay, okay, point him down to the local men's shelter. Direct him to the local men's homeless shelter. That's where you direct him if he needs a place to stay. But your house is not one of the places. That doesn't matter if he has a job. If he don't have his own car, if he don't have his own apartment, forget about it. Y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. Because, I need somebody to help me pay the bills. No, no. Because a real man is going to have too much pride to move in with you. He's going to have too much pride to move in. Let me tell you something. I don't want to make this video too long. My ex-boyfriend, true story, when I first hooked up with him, he was staying with his sister. I knew what type of guy he was because I had been knowing him for a long time. I knew he was a hard worker and all that kind of stuff. I knew his character. But he was having some issues at his sister's house. I offered to let him stay with me at the time, He said no. He said no. I'm going to save my money up and get my apartment. And that's exactly what he did. He saved his money and he got his apartment. He had his place and I had mine. That's a real man. Now, that's a real man. A real man is not going to move in on you. A real man is going to make sure he has his own. That's a real man. That's what you can tell the difference between a real man and a bum that wants to sack up on you and take advantage of you. That's the difference. A real man is going to make sure he has his own. And he's not going to be so quick to jump up and sack up on you. So be aware, young ladies. It's cuffing season and it's hobosexual season. Don't fall for these tricks. Don't let these men tickle your ears. Don't let them into you and don't let them in your house. All right. Thank me later. Be blessed.